cough button. Show them the cough. Show them the cough button right there.
This is my cough button.
Yeah. You see it?
Alright, this is my edit button right here.
All right.
Hello, viewer. This will be an analysis on the auteur of Christopher Wallace, aka Biggie Smalls, aka the Notorious B.I.G. When we look back at the best 90s rappers, we often point to figures like the Notorious Big. We can also say that he is one of the greatest rappers of all time. But what makes him so great is his ability to be unique, and we can look at this through three lenses of his auteur, which are his ability to tell stories, his flow, and his persona. Trademark 1. Storytelling. To understand Biggie's storytelling, we first have to examine his backstory. Biggie was born May 21st, 1972, to a single mother, Voletta Wallace, in Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn was a poor neighborhood at this time, and growing up, Biggie would be influenced by peers engaging in crime and gang activities, which he would sometimes partake in himself. As mentioned in his music, he often had fights with his mother over these activities. He also expresses personal loss to violence. Themes like these are expressed in songs like Give Me the Loot, Suicidal Thoughts, and Me and My not nice word for female dog.
Everybody got their moms and their pops, and they got their Catholic schools, and they got their brothers and their little dog Scruffy in the backyard, but it's not like that in Brooklyn.
How was it in Brooklyn?
It's hard. Sardines for dinner, black and white TVs, no dog, no fish.
Had shadow dogs.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Imaginary friends.
So this is a clip of Biggie elaborating on his experiences that he mentions in his album Ready to Die, which the entire album is basically him telling his story. And it's done in a unique way where, unlike other rappers, it sounds relatable and casual, like you can put yourself in his vision. His song Juicy is also a historical rap song because it gives the entire summary of what he talks about in the interview. And it's about how his life went from that lifestyle to what he would later become with having more wealth and being able to provide for himself, his family, and his friends, and him living his dream of fulfillment. Trademark 2. Flow. The second aspect that makes Biggie unique for his auteur is his flow. Originally, Biggie's flow was more aggressive as he was influenced by aggressive rappers such as Big Daddy Kane.
Look in the sky and wonder why most MCs' alibis won't comply with my style of rhyme or rhyming or rap. It's not a trap, my rhyme just snap. Miles and miles for a while, my rhymes are once in a pie. Now I put them on fire. Hey. This is a whale of a tale of a failure. You have to pay my bill, and I will nail begin to sell and set the seed.
But over time, he became smooth and adapted to his own unique style of smooth flows inspired by jazz and R&B. His flow was entrenched in him at a young age, so much so that it is impressive here in this video, which is so famous and unique to Biggie that it even appeared on the Joe Rogan podcast, where Joe Rogan and Snoop Dogg were talking about it, and basically it's him doing a professional flow freestyle. You can see the flow impression through two things, both by the audience reactions and also by lip reading him, because something unique about Biggie is that he tends to rhyme the same syllable over and over again in a sentence instead of doing traditional back-to-back different syllable rhyme schemes. This makes his flow smooth and effortless, which is what makes Biggie the flow master of rap music. Adding to the point earlier, the evolution of his flow can be represented through how he was originally called Biggie Smalls, and then he moved to the Notorious Big, because originally he was this aggressive, outgoing, big, menacing persona, and he eventually moved to this chill, King of New York-like persona. And you can see this in the evolution of his flow. His persona makes him unique as well, which is what I'll move into next. Trademark 3. Persona. Merging the previous point, Biggie's persona changed over time. Originally, he went by the name Biggie Smalls, but some legal issues required him to change his name to the Notorious Big, which, in case you were ever wondering, Big basically just means business instead of game, which represents Biggie's grandeur, and also how he is superior to others in the rap game who just use it for commercialization. Another way he portrayed himself as uniquely superior too was by calling himself the Black Frank White, which Frank White is a kingpin from a 1990 New York drug movie, and like Frank White, Biggie portrays himself as the New York King. So not only is this a position that makes him unique and superior, viewed by himself and his fans, but it also acts as a metaphor for his career. Biggie was so protective of this auteur position that he put anyone in their place who tried to challenge it. This was proven in 1997 when Biggie released his track Kick in the Door, in which he dissed members of the Wu-Tang Clan as well as Nas. Biggie could now preserve his rap empire, especially without someone like Tupac posing a threat. Wu-Tang chose to not risk defending themselves, even though they were in the position to. You could make the argument that they were just being nice, but the reality is that Wu-Tang, which was a threatening group, was subpar to Biggie at the time.
Ghostface approached Biggie and said, yo, I just want to let you know, man, that we love you. We ain't got no problems with you. We ain't on that. Yo, I hope you feel my sincerity and know at the end of the day, if I offended you in any kind of way, I apologize.
We love Big, you know what I mean? We love Bad Boy. It's just that that's what Ghost felt at that time. He went in the studio, he started talking, yo, we need a skit, we need it today, it gotta get done now. And he just started talking about biting and this and that. And then he went into what he went into.
The point I'm trying to get across is that Biggie's persona fits his uniqueness, or auteur, simply because nobody can challenge him. Not even the Wu-Tang Clan or Nas, even if they are in the defensive position. Everyone either respects or fears Biggie, the superior businessman and New York's king. So what makes Biggie an auteur artist? What makes Biggie who he is? It's his storytelling, how he puts you in the vision of his past and explains it simply through articulation in a way that no other rapper can do. It's his flow, how it's evolved and he's used it so smooth and effortlessly, in a way that has made him the best flow rapper. And lastly, there is his persona. In 4 years, he went from a street hustler to one who could provide for himself and everyone, but to everyone he was unchallenged, and he peaked in death. His life went from impossible to invincible. And his auteur has made him one of, if not the greatest rapper to ever live. That's an auteur for the king of them all. Choose if it rises or choose if it falls. Deep into the chrysalis I keep it working on. Now I'ma pass it back to Biggie Smalls. Hey yo.
Hold y'all, breath I told y'all. Death controls y'all, big don't fold y'all. I spit phrases that'll thrill you. You're nobody till somebody kills you.
Oh.